Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond, into fear, doubt, and loneliness, as the path stretcheth into darkness. Well then, shall we? My fair consort eternal.
Welcome back. Good seeing you guys here again. Today on this episode, we're going to be building this massive bridge that connects all the way up here to the main mountain. This is where we're going to build the castle eventually at some point. But yeah, I cleared out the space a bit more right here on the right side, just to give more space to the bridge that we're going to be making today. This is the tower that we did last episode. If you guys haven't seen it, it houses our portal room, and it's super sick. And this is how we travel most of the time, where we go to the shopping district or to other people's spaces. I use another portal to enter the Nether Hub. I just realized I haven't showed you guys what happens in here, but there's nothing much going on right here. But there's actually a competition going on where people are making their portals and decorating it, and the winner gets like a 20 diamond block or something like that. And I think it ends in 2 weeks. So after this bridge that we're going to do, my plan is to build the portal for the next episode. So look out for that episode. This is one of the first portals that was decorated, made by Camo. It's a really cool and simple one. I really like how he decorates everything, and it really fit the theme of his base. But yeah, it's basically like another roof, but the idea is to eventually decorate each portals to be a representation of our base. I do want to show you guys the ones that has been built. Oh, here we go. This is Kerplunktus. He made this mushroom portal. This is so cool. If you guys haven't seen the lighthouse build, me and Kerplunktus, we built a shop, sell resin blocks. In that video, I showcase his base a bit, and it's pretty much the same vibe that's going on right here. I really love what he's doing. I do believe someone else already started. I think Jesper started his portal, but I don't really know where his portal is. Oh, here it is right here. It's a bit dark and you can't really see much of it, but it's basically like a fish going through a house. It's a really interesting concept. I really like this. It's very creative. Let me look at it from a close-up point of view here. Let's see what's going on up here. So it's basically a house, I think, and he just puts a portal inside. I really like what he's doing here. Very cool. Oh, interesting. So yeah, I'll be planning that after this episode right here, and then we'll see what I come up with then. But for now, let's just focus on the bridge itself. Alright. Now you might be wondering, why did I build a portal so far away from my base? Doesn't really make sense, right? But this project right here, this whole mega base that I'm doing, the whole idea is to make it look picturesque and really aesthetically pleasing. And I'm trying to do that by framing all of my builds, and this way, having this bridge that spans all the way across right there, it gives me the chance to kind of allow people who enters my base to see the castle itself from a distance. That way they see this grand building, and that'll be a really good first impression of the base, right? So yeah, to talk a bit more about the build itself today, I did a lot of testing on what works best here, because I want it to be Gothic, and Gothic has a lot of details and it's super complicated to build, right? So there's a lot of like experimenting that I had to do to get this bridge looking right and fits the aesthetic. And by no means am I a good builder, right? So I'm trying to learn everything here as I go and make the series. That's why the texturing and the detailing of this building right here is super different from the detailing and texturing of this building. And the biggest challenge that I have while creating this bridge is trying to blend this style of texturing with this style of texturing, right? To make it all seem cohesive. And that was like the biggest challenge. Like, I'm trying to make everything look good. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys the process of building all these things. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of pre-planning before I actually build it on the server right here. So yeah, let's start with building the pillars for the build. Alright, we're pretty much done with all the pillars. As you can see, some of them already created the start of the arches, just so I can envision it better. But at the end here, I did something a bit different. I wanted the mountains to be bigger. So I built out this area right here specifically to map out where the extension of the mountain is going to go. And I decided to create the last pillar inside of the mountain a bit, just to give it a bit more variety. And I haven't textured the mountain. I'm gonna do that later on the next episode. But this episode, we're just gonna solely focus on the bridge right here. The plan is to eventually clear out all the trees surrounding the mountain. That way I can terraform the mountain better. And what I noticed is that the mountain itself is a bit too small, right? And we want it to be a bit bigger. That way this huge portal tower doesn't overshadow the main castle itself. So I'm expanding the whole base of the mountain. That way we can have the castle even bigger than that tower right there. But yeah, let me explain to you guys what I did with the texturing. As you can see right here, we have the darker color palette. This is basically the same thing as this rocky island that I did for the tower, where the water hits the stone pillars too much to the point where the color of the stone is a bit darker. But on this two pillar right here, you can see it has greenery where the moss kind of overtakes the pillar a bit up until like this level. And same goes for this one right here. It has a bit of darker color, but mainly it has green and mossy undertone. On this one right here, I didn't do any different texturing on the bottom because I just feel like we don't need to texture it differently down here. So the next part of the build is going to be pretty hard to build out since the bridge that I'm trying to build has a lot of arches and I can't really build that comfortably just by standing on these pillars. So I got the materials for the dried gas. It's the perfect time for me to test it out. I actually don't know how to get a dried gas, so let's just put it in one of these water pond thingy. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, let's just wait. And I got the harness as well. I want a black harness. And we got the snowballs to feed it. So we're just gonna wait out and then we're gonna build the rest of the bridge. See ya. Look how cute it is. So I think you just gotta feed it and eventually it's gonna grow into the adult form, I think. Oh. So let me just do that real quick. Okay, I didn't know it takes that much to grow. That's all I have, so... oh, okay. There we go. Now, how do I tame it? Is it already tamed, perhaps? Oh. Alright. Okay, I think this works. So I press space to go up and look down to go down, I think. That's a weird mechanic, but okay, now that we have the gas, we can start building the rest of the bridge. Okay, we're pretty much done with the bridge right here. All we need to do is cover up the whole mountainside area, but we're gonna do that on the next episode. Right now we're just gonna put some finishing touches on the last remaining pillars right here at the bottom side. And halfway through, not even halfway through it, but after using the gas for a bit, I just don't think it's a really good addition. Like, I mean, it, oh, see, it definitely helps, but it's super situational to the point where it's not really something that I want to keep around, you know what I mean? First of all, it's super slow, right? And it's probably only good for stuff like this when I'm building areas that's like super hard to reach. But other than that, I don't see any viable cases where I would actually use this. I might be completely wrong though, but it's still a pretty cool addition to Minecraft. I'm happy they added this. Definitely a cool thing that they added. Hopefully they add more features to it in the future. And another thing with the Ghast is that they're super big and sometimes I don't really know where to put them, right? I know that they stay in one place and all that, but I don't really want to put them near the towers because I think that kind of ruins the aesthetic maybe. But at the same time, it's going to take a lot of space to build like a dedicated building for this too, right? So and in the meantime, right now I'm just parking it like super far away from my base, so I don't really see it too often. But yeah, here's the bridge. Like I mentioned before, it's a bit hard blending it into the tower itself, but I think I did a pretty good job in blending everything together. And I did add 2 sections to this bridge. That wasn't even my initial plan, but while I was building this bridge, there was like a room under the bridge itself, so I decided to hollow it out and maybe potentially build like a room or something inside it that could be pretty cool, like a hidden place or something. I don't know. So let me show you guys real quick what I mean by that. So let me head over to my free cam mode. As you can see right here, this is under the bridge. It connects all the way to the end of the tunnel, which is at the end of the bridge itself that connects to the mountainside basically. And yeah, I'm super happy with how it turned out. So once you exit the portal right here, you can see like a super long bridge. And you can already see this building right here, right? Just imagine that type of building all the way across this whole area. That's going to be super cool. So I'm super proud of what I did here. And we made this detailing for the fences. Initially, I didn't want it to be too high. That way we can look around the base a bit more. But in the end, I added a block higher because I think it looks better with the Gothic style, because it needs a lot of details in Gothic, right? You need a lot of spikes, you need a lot of curves, you need a lot of different angles. So I opted into making it higher so I have the opportunity to decorate the bridge itself even more. As you can see right here, there's a bit more curves in there. But yeah, as we hit nighttime right here, we can really see how the base is starting to come alive with everything. I do still kind of hate how it looks with the end rods. Initially, I wanted to have that separation on the windows, but at nighttime, it's really not that good. So I might replace it sometime in the future. But yeah, everything else looks really good at nighttime. You can see the base right there. There's a lot of mobs spawning in already, so let's just sleep. And let me show you guys the other side of the bridge. Obviously, it's not completely done. We're gonna extend the mountain all the way over here. But yeah, the way back to the portal, it's super cool as well. Like I really like seeing this. It's super menacing. It's like you're entering like a boss battle or something. And I did a lot of texturing as well on the bridge. There's a lot of moss, there's a lot of grass. So just to give it a bit more age and a bit more detailing. And on edges like this, you can see like muds piling up and everything from all the rain that comes down. And you can see a bit more detailing right here. I try not to do too much, just here and there, just to break up the texture a bit. But yeah, that's it for this episode right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. I appreciate you guys watching it all the way to the end, and it would mean a lot if you guys subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.